evening, my ladies and my gents. I know it's Monday. I got mail call today, and I got a goodie box from my buddy Josh over there at VCGResins.com. And he sent me some really cool stuff today, and I wanted to give a quick shout out to what he's got. First of all, you can see right here, this is one of them, the Ford 427 single overhead cam engine. And it is got some really nifty stuff in it. Uh, go ahead and pull it out and I'll show you a couple of little details on it that are kind of neat. I had never worked with a 427, the single overhead cam. I've seen some photos of them. I've never worked with any of them. I've never worked with one in a model kit. I definitely have never worked with one in real life. So anyway, it is to start with and to keep in mind. Let me zoom in here. It's a big block. It's based on the FE block, so it's a big block. Just remember that if you're trying to put it in a little Ford, you're going to wind up having some issues or have to do some serious carving. It's got this funky looking engine cover. Oh, what in the world? Timing chain inside it. This is what I did some research on it today. Timing chain inside, for those of you who don't realize, like me earlier, you've got a couple of gears, one here and one here, and they attach to the camshaft that runs out back. It's much like the modern day camshafts we have today with the lobes on the on the shaft that opens and closes the valves. Well, that was kind of not really a thing back in the 60s, 70s. And they used push rods. Well, the Ford engineers wanted to try to come up with something that they could rev higher and still be able to have the valves keep up. So they came up with this single overhead cam. And it's got a gear here, like I said, and a gear under here. And it's got a little idler tensioner here and here, of course, behind this. And of course, it's got the crankshaft. We'll wrap around the crankshaft, come around the idler, come up and around this gear, and come all the way across over to this side, back down over here. And I think there's some other places in here that it kind of hinkles around with. One article said the chain was 7 feet long. Is it? I don't know. That's what the article said. I didn't really know anything about the engine until this afternoon. But one interesting part, you'll notice he's got a couple of holes here, a couple of holes here. It's got a couple of holes here. And of course, you've got the crankshaft hole that's common. On the back, he's got 3 pegs. You look at the front of the engine block, and it's got, for the crankshaft pulley to come out, and it's got 3 pegs. That fits like, well, I'm trying to do this looking through the phone, but it fits like that. Very positive, very snug. Not snug as in you can't hardly get it in, but there's very little place, so you get it lined up. The holes there are for the water pump, and each one's got a little peg in it. Now, what, you might be asking, are these for? Well, like I said, on a real engine, that's where that gearing is for the cam. And get one of the heads. Let's see which one I got. Okay, that'll work. On the back of the head, it's got a little one, big one here, and a little one here. On here, you've got a, focus, big one here and a little one here. And that fits in like that. Because of course, it comes apart. Because it happens when you don't glue it all together. But it actually fits. It overlaps. It covers all of the head, which I don't have in place, and then it overlaps to cover the gearing there, so that it be sure and has oil going across the the timing chain and the gear. And another little tidbit, this is kind of nifty. Got the header, pretty headers, and it's got little holes. The head has little holes, and that fits in those little holes just real nice like this, so you don't have to really guess about how to do it, and it's a very positive, it's not going, you're going to get it straight. On the heads, let me see, I got that one. Yeah, we got two different style heads. Got a Holman Moody head, and we've got your Ford 427 head. Or these are valve covers, not heads. So you can see, you got a choice. One complaint that I got about it is that you can't, if you decide to use the Holman Moody, you can't use this or vice versa on another engine because of the size of these versus the size of the regular heads, valve covers. God bless. Getting bedtime, and so it's the only real complaint that I got about it. You can see that you've got holes up here on the top of the valve cover instead of which you would normally expect to be either on the heads down below or on the engine block like most of Josh's products. Well, that's where the spark plug wires go, is up on top of it, which is something kind of cool. I hadn't seen that. And to that end, he includes this little puppy. They are, well, focus. But they are spark plug wire boots that fit on that. And not quite yet sure just exactly how they fit on there. I have not experimented. I have not taken this out. I don't want to drop them. He includes 10 because he says that you're very likely to wind up losing one, dropping one, and you know how the carpet monsters are. And but anyway, the other is I've got two different styles of air cleaners. I got a Holman Moody and a regular. And you can see the Holman is quite a bit larger. Backside, they're the same thing. It's a dual carb setup. It's just the size of the cleaner is bigger, but otherwise there's no real difference. So in this, he threw in a new top loader that I hadn't seen before on his site. And so I looked up the number that's embossed on the side. C5AR-7006-D with a suffix of W1. Excuse me. Apparently, back in when they were back in the mid 60s, they had some of these. Well, let me correct that. According to the article that I read, like I said, I did some research this afternoon because I wasn't sure what I was looking at, so I better look at it. So apparently from 65 to 67, they made this version of the top loader transmission, and they were more designed for the small block Ford. Not really sure if it's going to be a good working fit for the big block racing engine that we got here, but I'll check and see if I want to use it or not. But one guy said that he had one in a 65 Galaxy 500. Another guy said he had one in a 67 Mustang. So take that for what it's worth. That's all I know on the subject. The other thing that I got, I'm real happy with this. Y'all remember not too awful long ago that I did that Pro Stock effing everything group build. I need a drink of water. And I did the 65 Chevy step-side pickup from Revell. It turned into a 64 fleet side with a small block blown Chevy 350 and a Lenco. Yeah, and duals. and the rear back half, or the you know what I'm saying, the rear tub, I call it. And well, I was wanted to use the DRCE engine that Josh sells, and I couldn't. It wouldn't fit. There just wasn't enough room under that, in that little engine compartment. So I have this happy beast, 76 Capri. Yeah, two-door, little bit of a fancy car, the two-door grocery getter type. And yeah, the engine will fit. Yay! Well, the problem is that I checked on this before I did the pickup. That back half was a little bit too small. It was too narrow for this. And so I talked to Josh about it, and he sent me this little lovely thing. It's a bit wider than what he sells on the website. Uh, you can see it fits in real nice. I need to trim out these guys back here. These actually hold in the original frame that goes under there. It's where one of the locating pins. But I need to trim them down to get it to fit square. But I'm thinking this is, of course, the interior tub, and it's got a rear seat in it. Hey, I'd like to keep the rear seat for this version of a Pro Stock Effing Everything build. Josh and over at VCG and Chris at Scale Speed Garage are sponsoring the group build over on Facebook. So, but I may be able to keep it. I don't know. But I need to do a little bit of styrene if I want to go that far across through here and up under here. I'm planning on doing a rear a floor pan here that instead of trying to chop up the one that comes with the kit, I'm not sure if I want to do that or if I want to chop it up. I haven't quite decided, but this is really wow. That's going to make it wow. And the DRCE engine will fit. So, well, let me see if I can give a quick plug out here for Josh over at VCG Resins. When you get over there, vcgresin.com, I'll have a link in the description. And bottom of the first page, you'll see sign up for the newsletter. Go ahead, put in your email address, hit submit. Doesn't cost you anything, doesn't obligate you to anything. You'll get an email at the end of each month highlighting events, and for the next month, it usually shows that Josh might be at or any news that he's got coming up. It also highlights some of the products that he's hoping to release over the next month. And then throughout the month, he'll send you an email or two, maybe three if he gets busy, and showing some of the stuff that he's going to be introduced. He has now available. That'll be about it. You can go to checkout. You got a little box there that says promo code. Put in Jester10, Jester10, and you get 10% off your order. Does not include shipping. Shipping is a flat rate $6 up until $100 value, and that includes the promo code. And if once you hit that level, you get free shipping. Give you an idea, the engine kits that I was talking about, most of them run about $22, same price as this one. You get 5 engines, that's $110. Put in the promo code Jester10, bang, down to $100, free shipping. And you saved a few bucks, and you got some really cool engines to put in stuff. He ships Tuesday and Friday. Cutoff is Monday evening, Thursday evening, so that he has time to get everything together. It goes to the post office, so you know how that can go. Anyway, this has gone on plenty long enough, and it's getting bedtime. This old man's getting tired. Yeah, it kind of sucks getting old. Just wait till you get there. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut this off, put this together, and get it up. BTEX signing out.